Disclaimer, I do not dislike CinemaSins, and that is not a lie. For my next Everything Wrong with CinemaSins video, I'm going to be seeing their video on Ratatouille, and I would like to give a thanks and dedication to David and Geeth for requesting this video. Enjoy, everyone.
We French know the truth. The best food in the world is made in France.
Francophilic propaganda is scored by an overture about Russia's victory over the French army. Confused yet? Also, anime narration.
Which is needed so that we can get context on Gusteau's restaurant and how he was with cooking before we meet Remy.
I have a highly developed sense of taste and smell.
But what is it that led to Remy's nose being so good? It can't be his love of food alone. There has to be a genetic reason or explanation, right?
Well, aside from that not being relevant information, there is also the fact that Remy can use his sense of smell to identify ingredients in food.
Turns out that funny smell was rat poison. Suddenly Dad didn't think my talent was useless.
I agree that it was sudden. It was only 30 seconds ago that you were telling me about your talent and your dad not respecting it. Now here we are. And yes, that was fast.
Well, when you ignore the fact that Remy just saved them from being poisoned, yeah, this sin makes sense.
I think that maybe we shouldn't be so...
Mother Nature goes caviezeling and these rats get blasted off a roof and into the plot-propelling situation.
Narration.
Also, holy shit, they survived that.
Yeah, so?
You... read?
Not sure if I should be more shocked at Remy reading or the brother only just now realizing Remy can read. Or even knowing what reading is.
Well, I'd go with the second one, because with the other two, you don't need to be shocked since Remy and Emile have human characteristics.
Somehow pulling the trigger on this gun opens the umbrella that's stuck in the barrel, because movie frequently forgets how to physics.
Well, it's not really forgetting since it doesn't need to adhere to that.
Damn, this old lady gun stores more impossible shells than an action movie villain.
And is that because of hammer space?
The sequence of the camera following Remy as he explores Paris is awesome. Really worthy of a sin removal. But it makes me wonder how the hell Remy knows exactly where to go at all times, without ever stopping to see which way to turn.
Sinning something you like.
All this time, I've been underneath Paris?
Movie inadvertently writes the most salacious Gilmore Girls fanfiction ever.
Jeremy says something random cliche.
Also, luckily for Remy and the plot, he emerged directly on a perfect view of the city to confirm his location. I mean, it's better than an obvious title card, but still.
And that might be because movies wouldn't happen without something convenient.
Gusteau's? You've led me to your restaurant!
Lottery odds? I mean, here is a rat that loves Gusteau's cookbooks, and suddenly finds himself swept into Paris, and right to the doorstep of Gusteau's. And this is so unrealistic, the Justice League mustache team sent a congratulatory fruit basket.
Jeremy says something random again.
How is,
My mother,
She died.
That's right, kids, we've killed off 2 characters in the first 20 minutes of this movie. Jesus, even Die Hard didn't have this body count so soon.
Sure, people die in movies, but there are some where that doesn't happen, such as Home Alone, School of Rock, and Spirited Away.
You've read my book.
Let us see how much you know, huh? Which one is a chef?
This entire scene of Remy identifying all the various kitchen workers, all very important, is purely expositional. Later on, this ghost is going to tell Remy he's not real, and Remy is talking to himself, so he's just proving to himself here how smart he is. But mostly he's letting the audience know.
Yeah, and I think that's the point of the scene.
Man, this scene gets dangerously close to a bad Tom and Jerry episode.
Could just be a reference, or it might be intending to give off that nostalgia.
Some rat.
Yeah. So?
Is this how you keep a restaurant at 4 stars? There's literally only a swinging double door separating you and the customers, and you are screaming.
Well, like Jay Exci said, the restaurant didn't lose just 1 star, Jeremy.
have you been nodding?
Remy can understand English, but he can't speak. And we're all speaking English even though we're in Paris?
Well, yeah, Remy can speak English, but Linguini wouldn't be able to understand him.
Hey, they like the soup! They like the soup.
Linguini fell into the goddamn Seine River, survived it, found the jar that Remy was in, rescued him, and climbed out of the Seine in record time. Why can't we see that story?
Firstly, singing that funny scene. Secondly, I again don't think that's something the movie needed to show.
I'm just familiarizing myself with vegetables.
One can get too familiar with vegetables, you know!
This is actually a pretty good adult joke, subtly thrown into a kid's movie, but it also means that at some point Skinner definitely stuck a cucumber up his ass.
Okay, here's 2 sins. One for singing something you like, and the other is for the fact that adult jokes happen a lot in animated family movies.
The whole rest of the movie kind of hinges on this, but this is some bull. If something suddenly pulled 2 strands of your hair, the last thing you would do is raise both arms in unison with said hair strands.
Well, like the Birdman said in his Monsters, Inc. video, every single movie hinges on something in order for it to happen. And as an example, Dodgeball hinges on the tournament prize being the amount of money the group needs in order to save Average Joe's gym.
Congratulations. You were able to repeat your accidental success.
This is verbatim what my college girlfriend said to me after our second time having sex.
Jimmy makes an inappropriate comment, cliche.
Special order!
Look, I'm sure this is a great dish, but the entire f***ing restaurant's gonna order the same thing. Just based on looks, it looks like a goddamn pancreas covered in a brown sauce.
No, it's based on taste, since we learned that the customers love it.
I am deeply and truly offended by these musical instruments.
Well, you don't need to be, since the movie already isn't realistic.
Also, is this really an entire store that's dedicated to killing rats?
Yeah.
This works even while he's sleeping?
Well, despite the fact that it doesn't wake him up, yeah, it still works.
Wake up, wake up!
Even in a movie about an English-understanding, Michelin star-worthy rat chef in Paris, this linguini doesn't wake up crap is asking too much of my suspension of disbelief.
Well, you probably should still suspend it, since, like you said, this is a movie about a rat with the talent to cook food.
Realize you have a little coffin imagery going on, and that's fun, but who would build a room like this? There's nothing on any of these side walls but sound-reducing panels, and there's no functional reason for the size or shape of this office, which suggests the character just loved coffins and wanted a coffin office, and that takes the fun out of the imagery, much like the way I take the fun out of movies.
And there you have it. Jeremy just admitted he takes the fun out of movies. I'm not surprised, but I'll say that I've been able to both enjoy movies and find flaws in them, so maybe it'd be better if you do the same thing as me.
If Chef Fancy Pants had any ideas, you think I'd be hacking barbecue over here? Or microwave burritos? Yeah, or toothpick and chicken?
You know, 15% of this movie is Remy talking to figments of his imagination.
Yeah, so?
Why would linguini be filed with your will?
This used to be my office.
Classic not answering the question.
Remember though, this isn't the real ghost of Gusteau and it's Remy's imagination, so how would he be able to answer Remy's question here?
But why not just stay on the roof? There's no way for Skinner to get up there. And this is a boat. There's really nowhere to go.
Says there's no way for Skinner to get up onto the roof, while showing a way which it's possible to do that.
You're stealing food? What? How could you? I thought you were my friend.
Jeez, how many times do we have to see the characters fight over a contrived reason before the movie's climax cliche?
A lot, because when they're used in movies, they're a part of character development since it helps the protagonist reflect on his or herself.
How does this get solved if the car isn't conveniently parked under several freestanding gargoyles? I realize France has a lot of gargoyles, compared to America at least. But goddamn, are they everywhere? These are the most convenient gargoyles ever. And Disney made a movie with gargoyles that were sentient.
Well, regardless, movies need convenient things or they wouldn't happen.
In many ways, the work of a critic is easy.
Damn, this is our third narrator in this movie.
Which is needed to show us how Anton's perspective has changed.
We thrive on negative criticism, which is fun to write and to read.
Dude just unknowingly wrote our mission statement.
Jeremy says something random cliche. And here's the result, everybody. This in total is 181. The sentence will be served bad food. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a nice day.